Hi, it's Jose here, and in this quick video, I'm going to show you how you can accept payment online without using PayPal. How cool is that? I'm also going to talk about how you can take recurring payments or subscription payments, for example, if you run a membership website, and how you can offer payment plans to your customers. Now, before I get started, I will say that PayPal is a solid service, of course. In fact, one of the great things about PayPal is that it's so easy accessible. You can set up PayPal in minutes and you're up and running, and you can be working from your bedroom. Now, the downside of PayPal is that it's so easily accessible. You can set up PayPal and be up and running in minutes and be selling from your bedroom. And that's precisely the problem. It's not actually a PayPal problem. It's just about perception, and sometimes in business a PayPal button on a page just doesn't cut it, and the perception is that anybody could do that, and you could be somebody sat in your underwear in a bedroom, and that just doesn't instill confidence. Of course, you can work from home and work in your underwear or naked if you want. That doesn't matter, but the point is that however you're offering your offer, however you're presenting your offer, whatever payment methods you present does affect your conversion rate. Now, I will mention that in my business, I do accept a lot of PayPal payments, but always when the client requests so. Some people love PayPal, and it is very convenient, of course. And yeah, I'll offer that if they ask. Otherwise, I present a very professional card, and this is what I'm going to talk about today. Okay, so there are two things that you need in order to be able to take payment online. One of them is a payment processor, which is a bank, more or less. Only a bank technically can process money. Okay, when somebody pays you with a credit card, those are digits, those are zeros and ones going down the wire. You and I can't magic that into money. So only a bank can. So we need a payment processor. That's the first piece. And the second piece is going to be the checkout, the cart that I'm going to mention. And don't worry, I'm not talking about setting up an online store. You're not going to be having to mess around with design. We want easy, and we want super easy. And what I'm going to show you is something that you can do in a matter of minutes. You can be accepting payments online and offering payment plans to your customers online in minutes. Okay, so let's move on. Let's talk about the first piece. If you do a search in Google for Stripe, then you'll see the result here, stripe.com. In my case, I'm in the UK, so it's showing GB at the end of the URL, but that doesn't matter. This is the payment processor. Now, in the old days, you used to have to do this via a bank, and they would have extortionate monthly fees, which they still have. I'm talking in the past tense, but obviously they still do. And they would give you this horrendous chunk of code. You'd have to use a developer, or if you were an experienced developer yourself, you'd have to integrate that with your shopping cart. It was a nightmare. And of course, you had to sign up to at least a 12-month contract. And I don't think that's changed. So the last thing we want to do is go to a high street bank. We do not want to do that. Now, this is where a service like Stripe comes in. Stripe is a global company. They've been around for many years. They process payments in tons of different currencies. They're used by many, many big companies, as well as small companies, of course. And most importantly, they don't charge a monthly fee. Okay, so you're actually signing up to a payment processor, or another way of looking at it is a merchant account, and you won't have any monthly fees. With a bank, regardless of whether you make a sale or not that month, you still have to pay, a lot of money every month. With these guys, you don't pay anything. Now, the way that they make money is they take a small transaction out of, they take a small percentage out of each transaction, which is fair enough. PayPal works the same way. In fact, PayPal charge you for the ability of taking payment and then add a transaction fee. Okay, now these guys don't, and it is a very low transaction fee. Now, some people do ask me, is there a way to take payments online for free? And I think, oh, come on. If you had the ability to process digital data, literally zeros and ones into money, and handle all that complicated process and then deposit that into somebody's bank account, would you do that for free? No, of course you wouldn't. These guys do not charge a monthly fee. They charge a very small percentage out of each transaction that you make. That's the cost of being able to take payments and having somebody process that payment for you. It's a business running cost, and in this case it's almost negligible. You're only ever paying when you make a sale, so you're only paying a little portion out of your profit. That is an incredible opportunity, because they could well charge monthly fees and you'd still have to sign up to them if you want this solution. So this is just a great situation for all of us. Now, I'm not going to log into my account, obviously, because I don't want you to see my dashboard and all my stuff. But basically, you get to this page, you click on the Create Account button, you fill in a few details, you send that away. Now, just like PayPal, this is a payment processor, so they will ask for some information. Now, it's been a long time since I signed up with Stripe. I've been using them ever since, and if I remember well, you have to send a passport picture or a driving license. I'm talking about a photocopy. Of course, you don't send the physical thing off to them. You just email them. I think I just took the pictures with my phone. Those are high resolution photographs, so you can use those and just email them. It's just like joining any bank. You have to have that proof of ID. It's just how things work today, whether we like it or not. Okay, so you do that, and typically they come back to you very quickly and they enable your account. When you sign up, you get your account, but you're not able to take payments with it. You can still log into your dashboard and play around and look around. It's very, very simple and very intuitive to use. And then obviously you send off your information, and when they're ready, they'll say, yeah, okay, you're in. Now, one thing I will mention is that I never log into my Stripe account, because I have no need to. Once you fill in your profile and you enter your bank details, what happens is when I take payment, Stripe process that payment, and then after a couple of days or so, they deposit that payment into my bank. So I have no need to actually log in here and look at anything. If I ever wanted to check a detail and see who bought what, I could log in here, but I don't need to, because I can get all that from my cart, which I'll talk about in a minute. Now, the second piece you need is a checkout, and I use what I consider to be hands down the best in the industry, and this is it. This is called Samcart. By the way, I will put links to all this in the description below this video, so don't worry too much about what I'm saying with my goofy accent. You can just click the links and go straight there. Now, here's where the magic happens. In your dashboard in Samcart, you can click on the new product button. And here I'm going to add I'm going to make up a product. Let's have a look. Consultation. There you go. And the product price, I'm going to make, let's have a look, $97. Now, let me just point out that you can go to the top right hand side where there's your logo. You can click on that. There's a drop down menu. In fact, let me show you, shall I? Let's have a look. You go to settings, and this is very straightforward, but here you set your default country and you set up your currency. And in my case, I have my currency set to US dollars. Okay, so if I go back to products and I click on add new product, the product name is going to be consultation. The product price is going to be $97, and the description, I'm just going to blah, blah, blah. Now, this is a basic account, and this particular plan doesn't come with the ability to offer payment plans. The Pro plan does, and again, it's relatively cheap, but I'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, so you create the product. Keep in mind that I'm talking as I do this, but it literally takes minutes. So I have two choices here. I can have a digital product or a physical product. If I click on a physical product here, I can add shipping costs. I can say I will charge so much to ship within the UK and so much to ship anywhere else. And if I add another item, for example, if I have an order bump, and I'll talk about that in a second, I can add an extra cost for shipping. So using this, you could sell anything from real books to iPhone cases to fridge freezers if you wanted to. You basically set up the product page, you send the link to your customers, or you post a link in Facebook and you offer a sale. Somebody buys, you get an email that says somebody's just put this much money through your cart, and you get all the details. Or you can log into your cart if you want, you can see all the details, and then you know where to ship the item. Now, on the other hand, you could set up a digital product, and this is good for setting up ebooks, online courses, video trainings, webinars, and even intangible products like consultations. So if you're a service-based company or you offer services but they're not actually physical services, for example, if you're a coach or if you're some sort of a trainer and you do Skype consultations, then you could set up a product like my dummy product in this case is a Skype consultation. Well, for that you would just select digital because obviously there's not going to be a shipping cost. Now you can upload a file if there is one. So for example, if you're selling an ebook, you can upload a file here. And this is the great thing, that this includes the digital delivery of that file when somebody buys. So if you're looking to sell ebooks online and you need a digital delivery system, then this is it. This card can do this. And obviously that file is hosted securely. The client only gets it when they buy. Okay. So below that, you have the ability to customize the product page. Now, with this cart, you don't actually need a website. You can set up a product or as many products as you want, and each product is its own unique sales page. So every sales page for every product can look completely different. The great thing about this is that it's not on your website. You don't need to integrate anything into your website, and you can just send the link. You don't need a website. In fact, it's all hosted for you. You can just send the link to your subscribers, your audience, your customers, and so on. Now, if you did want to integrate this into your website, then at the time of this recording right now, I believe that Samcart are working on what they described as a pop-up button on your website. So on any page on your website, you could have a picture of the product, for example, and a buy now button. And when they click on that, a nice pop-up appears and they can actually complete the payment there and then on your website. So by the time you're watching this, that feature may well be available. It is now the very beginning of September of 2017. So chances are that when you're watching this, it's already out. Okay, so let's look through the library, and these are all proven converters. These are pages that have been tested and that Samcart know work. So I'm going to click on this one. I like this one. So let's select that one. Now, if I scroll further down, you'll see that there are template colors here. I can change the header color, the footer color, the background color, headline color, button color, and so on. There are different presets here. I can upload a logo to each individual product page. So for example, if you have let's say the cheap plan with Samcart, which is just a few dollars a month, you can be running 3, 4, 5 different products from 5 different brands, or you can run multiple businesses if you want. And that's why you have the ability to upload a logo to every single page, because that can be a separate logo. So for example, you may be self-employed and offer a service, but you may also want to sell things online in the evening in your own time and try and make a go of that. Well, you can do that with this, just one account, and you can do it on the cheap plan. Okay. Now with the billing address, if you are selling a physical product, you obviously want to have the customer fill in the billing address, the shipping address, the quantity if you want. Remember that field that we had in physical products, where we can specify an extra cost for every item added. Now, because this is a Skype consultation, I don't actually need to have quantity or billing. I only want to know, let's say, the phone number. But even that is optional. I can take that off. And here I can customize the actual text that appears on the button. So this says place order now. I can change that to whatever I want. Buy now, add to cart, pay me dude, whatever. Now I can add bullet points, and I've got great control over these. I can add a title. I can add each individual bullet point like this. And I can even upload an image for the actual bullet point. Now this is very cool. I can add testimonials. Again, I've got great control over that. I can add a title and then add each testimonial. And this all appears on the sidebar of your checkout page, which is great for converting visitors into clients. So let's remove that. Okay. Now here you have custom content. You can add extra things in there. For example, you can add a description or some extra benefits and features and so on. So you're actually able to build a really nice big full out sales page if you really want to. Now below that we have the product details. We can upload a product image. Let me do that. so that at least we have something to look at. And I've loaded a picture of a ebook reader. Even though my product title is Skype consultation, I actually forgot about that, so I've screwed that up. But never mind, let's go with the ebook reader, eh? Now this is a feature that I absolutely love. It is the order bump. And here you basically set up a product, and then when you're setting up this product, you can click the drop down menu and add that product as an order bump. So let me just show you that. I'm going to save the changes to this product, and then I'm going to go and add another product very quickly, and this is going to be my order bump. In fact, let me just call this fitting service, okay? And I'll tell you why in a minute, because I've just had an idea, okay? Right. I'm just going to save the changes. I'm not going to bother adding a template or anything. I'm going to go back to products. I'm going to edit my consultation. Let me go down to the actual product details, and I'm going to change that to lock. And you'll see what I'm doing here in a minute. And let me change that price to $197. Why not, eh? And on the order bump, I'm going to select fitting service. Okay. Now here is what I tell my shopping cart where to send that payment. And in this case, I want to send it to my Stripe account. Now, I think I forgot to mention that at the very beginning, when you log into SamCard, you can click on the top right icon, and in settings, you can then add your Stripe account. You can also add your PayPal account. Then when you set up a product, here in the payment settings, you just tell the cart how you want to get paid. So in this case, I just have the Stripe processor enabled. I could enable PayPal if I wanted to. And below that, you have email provider integrations. So for example, you could have a buyer be deposited into one of your subscriber lists. Below that, you have redirects. So you can have the cart send the buyer to a page after they buy. That could be a thank you page. That could be a page of instructions saying this is what's about to happen next, which is handy whether you sell digital products or physical products. And then this is really important. This is the terms and conditions URL. It's optional. You don't have to have that, but it is important because it basically covers your back. So you can create a page with your terms and conditions, and then you can enable that. And what this does is on your checkout page, it adds a little checkbox. I actually said checkbox then, which is a cross between tick box and checkbox. I'm trying to cater for the UK and the US here, okay? So give me a break. But let's go with checkbox. Yeah, I like that. So anyway, your customer can't actually buy until he or she checks the checkbox, which obviously means that they have to agree to your terms of service or your terms and conditions before they buy. Okay, here you have a place to embed scripts. For example, you may want to embed your Google Analytics tracking code or any other tracking code, which you can then use to really improve your conversion. And finally, here at the bottom, you've got the ability to allow coupons. This is great. Everyone likes coupons. And you can add a coupon here. Just click add coupon. Coupon code could be 10 off. Coupon duration, I'm going to select apply once. Coupon description, again, I'm just going to type anything. And you have a coupon type, a percentage or a flat rate. I'm going to use a flat rate and I'm going to add $10. I'm going to apply this to all products. I can actually select an individual product or all my products. And again, this is great because you can run a weekend sale if you want, add a coupon and then just blast it out to all your subscribers, blast it out through social media. And just to be clear, what you're blasting out is the URL, the web address of that particular product page, where your readers or your customers or your subscribers can then buy your product and use the coupon. Okay, so I'm going to create that coupon and I'm just going to save changes. Now here, if I click on this eye icon here, I can actually see what my product looks like. This is the actual product page that I will send to somebody. Now, I didn't customize anything. I just did this as I was talking. Obviously, I could have put a really nice description there and a better picture. But the point here is that you don't need to be a designer. You don't need to pay a designer. And you can just click a few things and create a page. But let me tell you, this page is now live. So I am now able to take payment online. And I've spent literally a few minutes. You don't need any coding skills. You don't need to be a designer. You don't need to pay anybody to do anything. And you can create as many products as you want. So it doesn't get any cooler than that. Now, these things are already here by default. You see these things where I hover my mouse and these pop-ups come up telling me that this page is secure, my privacy is protected, and there is 256-bit encryption on this page. All this is provided by Samcart. And these are great trust enhancers. When customers see this, they feel safe, they trust you. It's a different experience to just presenting a PayPal button on a page. Now, note that I didn't really spend any time adding bullet points and so on, but I could have here that description, that custom description that I didn't fill in. It would appear here, as well as all the testimonials, as well as all the bullet points with the features and benefits. I really did the minimum work, and this is the result. A professional looking cart. Now, here you see that my customers would enter the first name, the last name, the email address, the phone number, because I specified that. And there's also a discount coupon because I enabled that. I can disable that coupon so it won't show, or I can use it just to sweeten the deal. Now, one thing that I forgot, when I changed this from a consultation to a physical service, I actually should have enabled the address fields. Then the customer would have had to enter the address. But here, let me show you. This bit here, yes, add the fitting service, is the actual order bump. So this page, this example, what I had in mind is a local locksmith offering a lock. So if I'd taken the time to think about this a bit more, this would have been a nice picture of a lock. And this is what I would send my customer. My customer then comes here and says, yes, I need a lock for my door. They fill in the information. And here, there is this order bump. Would you like me to come round and fit that lock for you? And that costs an extra $97. Now, at this point, the client has already filled in the contact information. In fact, they've already clicked on the link. They've gone to your checkout page. They've started filling the contact information. And keep in mind that if somebody isn't going to buy from you, they're not going to fill in these fields. So the client has made a commitment, a micro commitment, if you like. And then they come here. Now, that means that the chances of them going for an order bump increase because they've already committed. There's a lot of psychology going on here, and it's the same premise as McDonald's upselling you with fries. Although technically that's not an order bump, it's an upsell because the fries are not related to the burger. It's a different product. Now, let me just mention that on the Pro plan of Samcart, you can also add upsells, as many as you want. So for example, if I bought the lock and the fitting service and I paid, it could take me to an upsell page where I say, would you like a new door to go with your new lock? It's a bit of a bizarre upsell, I agree, but hey, you know. Anyway, the point is that you'll know your own upsells with your own products. If you're selling a membership, then your upsell could be the Pro plan. If you're selling some kind of ebook, then the upsell could be the video course that relates to that ebook, and so on. Now, below that, you have the payment section where the client actually enters the credit card details. And I'm not going to actually enter mine because I will end up paying this because this is live. And then, of course, you have the place order button. And as you can see, this looks professional. That alone will convert more of your visitors to customers. So the few dollars a month that you spend on your cart, which again, let me emphasize, it's the cost of doing business. If you had spent all the money and resources creating this cart, the last thing you're going to do is give it away for free. So it's the cost of business. But Samcart have a very, very low and affordable plan, which is the one that you're looking at right now. And it has all these things, including order bumps. So being able to send people to a professional page like this, a professional cart, will make you more money and will more than cover your low monthly payment. It's $19 a month right now. I didn't want to say the price because if the price ever changes, then this video is wrong. But let me just say that at this point in time, it's $19 a month. So it's less than $20 a month. And you have 30 days in which to make one sale to cover that. Now, let me finish this by talking about being able to set up payment plans for your customers. If you sell a high ticket item, for example, an expensive video course or expensive consulting, or if you sell services, you actually go out to people's houses and maybe you fit doors or windows, you're a tradesman, or even if you sell physical products but they're expensive, then you can offer payment plans if you're on the Pro plan of Samcart. and that's $97 a month right now. But again, you get 30 days with that. Now, here's a little tip. You could go with the cheap account and still be able to take payments like this and use the order bump as your upsell, but still offer your customers payment plans if they want them. Now, keep in mind that the whole idea of a payment plan is that if you offer a service that's expensive to some people, let's say, for example, you offer a £2,000 or a $2,000 garden makeover. You may have a client who really wants that, but you have them pulling that face that says, I'm not ready right now, I don't have that kind of money. And the worst thing a client can say to you, or a customer or a would-be customer, is, I'll have to save up and I'll have to do this next year. You can kiss that customer goodbye. Actually, kissing them is probably not a good idea. That might get you put away. But the point is that when somebody says, well, I'll have to save up, or they give you a timeline like 6 months or a year, the chances of that happening are almost zero. Life is known for throwing curveballs at you every now and then, and most people start to save for something, and then other things happen. The car breaks, there's a leak in the roof, we needed to use the funds to go on holiday, and so on. So what happens is that $2,000 or £2,000 for that garden makeover just never materialized. Obviously, in an ideal world, you'll have clients who'll just say, yeah, we want that, and they'll pay that. And that's great. I'm talking specifically about the clients who really want the product or the service, but can't quite afford it. And that's where the payment plan comes in. When you're able to turn around and say, well, we offer a payment plan of 3 installments, that's very powerful, because you just lowered the barrier of entry for that client that you almost lost there and then. Similarly, if you offer a big training course, then a payment plan is going to convert a lot more people. It just means that they can manage their cash flow month to month a lot better. Now, my tip is actually that you could be running your business on the SamCard cheap plan and still offer your clients payment plans. And if one of them says yes, you simply upgrade to the Pro plan, and in 2 clicks, you set up your payment plan. Then you send a link to the client. And of course, if you pay in installments, you expect to pay more. Add a few dollars to the payment plan, and you've just paid on your Pro account. And I'm not talking about ripping people off, of course. Offer the service that value warrants. Offer a bit more service if you have to justify that extra cost. But the point here is that you will then have 3 months of the Pro account. That's 90 days in which to really promote to all your client base and to new customers the fact that you offer payment plans. And if you have a new customer jump in and take up one of your payment plans, that extra money that they're paying is a bonus. Now, another way you could do this is simply upgrade to the Pro, then add a little bit extra to the monthly payments. I'm using 3 months as an example, assuming that you set up a 3-month payment plan. So let's say you add £150 or dollars to across the 3 months. That means that you're paying about $120 in total extra, more than you would have done across 90 days. But that's not you taking a hit, because you actually got the job that you wouldn't have got in the first place if you weren't offering payment plans. So again, that's just a business cost. But as I said, the important thing is that you now have months in which you have that facility to offer payment plans, and that's the time to really promote the hell out of it. And if you get a second customer take up a payment plan, well, between those 2 customers, they've already paid the entire 3 months of that Pro plan. And finally, if you want to take subscription payments, for example, if you're a gardener and you want to take a maintenance fee, or if you have a membership site, you will need to be on the Pro plan. But again, you only need to have 2 or 3 clients, and that will pay the cost of that Pro plan. Okay, so as you can see, it's very easy to set yourself up to accept payments online, and it's also very easy, we're talking 1 and 2 clicks, to set up payment plans for your customers if you're a small business or a big business, it doesn't matter. Or if you're an online seller, a web designer, a digital marketer, a blogger, anything. And this is exactly how to do it. Now, below this video, you'll have all the links to all the places that you need to go. And if you found this video useful, then click the like, subscribe to my channel, and then you'll be notified every time I publish a new video. Thank you for watching, and until the next time.